One of the biggest mistakes that patients and their families, I think, make is waiting too long to have conversations about what matters most in life to them and what their end of life wishes would be, because again, it's unpleasant. We don't want to talk about it. The Conversation Project, which is an organization that advocates to have these conversations early, they have a great phrase that they put up on their website, and it says, it's never too early until it's too late. And I just think that that epitomizes the problem that I see in the ICU, is that when we start talking, when the families start to realize that, ooh, I really need to know what my loved one would want in this situation, we can't ask the loved one. And so it's too late to have the conversation. We've been studying advanced directives since the early 90s, and intervention after intervention has been designed to try to get people to do advanced care planning, to get them to complete advanced directives, to get them to talk to their loved ones. And they've had okay success, small, maybe 30% of the country has completed advanced directives. 30 to 60% in recent studies have had conversations with their loved ones about these issues, but it's still not nearly enough. And part of the problem patients and families tell us is that they don't want to talk about this. I mean, you don't need a research study to tell you that it's not pleasant to talk about end of life and dying. And that's a real challenge that I don't think that we've been able to overcome. I think that getting people over that reluctance and that negative association with talking about end of life and dying is a real challenge. And so there's some really, really talented designers in Philadelphia from a company called Common Practice that designed a game, believe it or not, called My Gift of Grace. And what they've done is they've reframed the conversation in a way that is actually light and fun and enjoyable for people to play with. We've done games with families, we've done games with strangers, we've done games with mixes of different kinds of people. And it's a card game, and it takes some of that danger away. It takes the stigma away. It creates a safe forum for these conversations to happen, and it's sort of an ability for people to sort of trial and error the way they think about these things and the way they talk about these things. And there's cards and tokens, and I've been doing research on this game for almost 3 years, and we've held a whole bunch of games. And every game has laughter, and some games have tears, and when the tears happen, they're almost always followed by laughter. And the tokens are exchanged to help support people, and there's all of these tools and sort of game methodology built in to support participants and players as they're engaging in these really tough conversations. And I think this game is really fascinating because it's the only intervention I know of that gets over that barrier of social stigma, of unpleasantness, and in taking something that's super unpleasant and turning it into fun, turning it into a game. And word of mouth is just crazy because we have had so many people play the game and then tell their families to come in and play the game, and it really has been quite amazing to see the way that people respond to this. And we study it. We've shown that 78% of the people that play this game go on and do more advanced care planning behaviors afterwards. And that is way more behaviors, way more planning than has ever been, to my knowledge, has ever been shown by an intervention. Something as simple as a game.